What is up, guys? General Gorilla here, bringing you a deck profile and a tournament report. This past Saturday, I won first place at my locals with my Inzektor deck, and I haven't gotten to show this off on YouTube yet, so I'm going to be going through the main deck, the side, and the extra, and talking about a little bit about my matchups and my record at the end of the tournament. So, let's go ahead and get started with the main deck and the monster lineup. If you're not familiar with Inzektor strategy or the way that the deck works, there's a lot of great videos on YouTube. Just search it up. You should be able to find some great ones. 3 Inzektor Hornet, 3 Dragonfly, and 3 Centipede. It's pretty much standard. You're not going to see any Inzektor deck not running those 9 there. I run 2 Hopper. Some people don't like him. I think he's very, very good. He allows you to have another card to equip and activate your Dragonfly and Centipede effects. He allows you to search for your Hornet. He can allow you to attack directly to push for damage if you really need to. Not to mention, he combos great with Excalibur. You equip him and he becomes 25, and he really helps you hit over some of your opponent's biggest monsters, which is always good. 1 Gigamantis. I wouldn't run more than 1, but he is an amazing Inzektor card. That rounds out the Inzektor lineup. You should always run Gigamantis. 2 Card Trooper. This guy's fantastic. He allows you to dig for your Hornets 4 cards at a time, 3 when you mill, and then you draw again when he dies. It also combos amazing with Call the Haunted. You should definitely give that a try if you're running Inzektors. Dark Armed, just because he's Dark Armed. He comes out amazing in this deck. People who run Tour Guide are more inclined to run BLS, and it's completely understandable. When you run Tour Guide, your graveyard can get really clogged sometimes, and it's harder to put out a late game Dark Armed, so that's understandable. But DaD works much better in non-Tour Guide builds. So 1 Sangan, he allows you to get your Hornet, pretty much anything else in the deck when you need it, which is great. And 2 Effect Veiler in the main deck. I side the 3rd one. He's amazing in just about every single matchup of this format, aside from Dark World. Stops Tour Guide, all kinds of Inzektor stuff when you're playing against the mirror, and it's just great. So, on to the spells. I main deck 2 Excalibur. Some people run 3. Straight up OTK builds usually run 3. They allow you to push for the 8,000 more easily when you need to, but if you do decide to run 3, it opens you up to a lot of inconsistency, and it's something I just didn't want for my build. So, still very, very good though. It enables like lots of floaters. It's pretty much self-explanatory once you understand the card. Triple MST. This is a personal choice, but I do see a lot of people doing this format. It's very necessary in Inzektors when you've got stuff like Skill Drain Heroes, Skill Drain Darkhold running around that main deck. You know, that card that just completely shuts down everything you can do with your main deck. It definitely helps you out going game 1 in case you do face those builds, and it's just indispensable. You got to have it in your main deck at 3. Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Lord Darkness, Monster Reborn, and Foolish Burial. Pretty much all the staple 1-ups. You should definitely be running all of those. And lastly, 2 Pot of Duality. Sometimes it can interfere with your Dragonfly combo, or if you need to like make a push with Monster Reborn. But overall, it helps when you have dead hands, like first turn. It helps you dig for the stuff that you need to, and even late game, it'll give you options, so you won't have to special summon in a turn to be able to survive. And then hopefully with Inzektors you'll be able to come back by making a big push late game. So on to the traps. Solemn Judgment and 2 Solemn Warning. It's pretty much standard nowadays. Double Fiendish Chain. This card is amazing in Inzektors. It's even more amazing whenever you're playing against the mirror. This card actually won me pretty much the match this weekend when I was playing against the Inzektor mirror. It just came down to like, I think I activated it twice over the course of the 3 duels, and it definitely helped me win the games, which was great. 2 Torrential Tribute. You can run 1, but in a format where it's at 2, I don't see why you would run 1. Starlight Road's out there, I know that, but overall, if you're playing against anybody that isn't like a really, really accomplished duelist, they'll overextend, and you can just punish them with Torrential, which is a really good feeling. Lastly, Triple Call the Haunted. This card is amazing in Inzektors. It combos so well with Card Trooper and Sangan. You can do a lot of crazy awesome stuff with it. So I would definitely main deck that at 3, no matter what build you're running. So that's all for the main deck. It should have been 40 cards. Let's move on to the extra. 2 Leviathan Dragon. This guy's great, pushing for OTKs and just like massive damage when you need him. I only ran 1 on Saturday, but it was because I didn't have the other one yet at that point. I would definitely main deck 2 though. Muzaridham, the String Djinn. This technically is acting more like a proxy because I found out that there's another Djinn that works a little bit better than he does. Tempo, the Percussion Djinn, is actually amazing at getting rid of wind-up Zen mains. So like in the Inzektor mirror match, your opponent is able to put out Zen mains before you, rather than like putting your own Zen mains out and like just war of attrition back and forth to get rid of your Zen mains. Tempo can get rid of Zen mains in as little as 1 turn, and it's amazing. I would definitely recommend main decking that in Inzektors. Grenosaurus, pretty much just because I have the room. He's really good, pushing for that late game damage if you really need it. So he's there for that. Number 20, Giga Brilliant. This guy works really well for pushing for the extra damage if you need the OTK, and it also combos really well with that side deck BLS, which I'll show you guys whenever well, it's in here somewhere. Anyway, but yeah, I do have a BLS on my side, so. We've got Acid Golem. This guy's really great, once again, at hitting for damage. He got a huge body. And like, let's say you are going up against something like TG Stun or Heroes, putting him out when your opponent has skill drain out is no skin off your nose, so it's great. 2 wind-up Zen mains. You really don't need to run 2. I only run 2 because I have them. If you're running a tour guide build, it can work better, but overall, like, you really only need 1. Utopia and Chaos 30-on Utopia Ray. Both of these guys are really hard to put out in this deck, and it's not something you're going to do often. Pretty much you're just in there for the heck of it right now. If you are main decking Mind Control, this works a lot better. If your opponent ever puts out Utopia and you Mind Control it, you can stack up for Utopia Ray, and it's just fantastic. Armory Arm. Sorry guys, somebody's knocking at my door. I'll get that later. Armory Arm, Ally Justice Catastor, Black Rose, Ancient Fairy Dragon, and Chimera Tech. Overall, these 4 synchros, only 3 of them are necessary. Catastor is going to be replaced with Levier as soon as I'm able to get a copy. It definitely is necessary in Inzektors, and as soon as I'm able to get a hold of that, it's going to become a Levier. Also, Chimera Tech is definitely great against any machine matchups that you may have. And if you're well prepared, you should definitely have Cyber Dragon in your side deck as well. So, for the side deck, we've got 2 Cyber Dragon, DD Crow, Effect Veiler. The Cyber Dragons for the machine matchup with Chimera Tech, DD Crow for Dark Worlds, Inzektor mirror match, among other things, like random things like X-Sabers and TG and stuff. If the 3rd Effect Veiler is definitely for the Inzektor mirror match, but overall it can be good against other things as well. We've got Spirit Reaper, and then this little suite here that I like to call the Sam Killer. Spirit Reaper is pretty much for Dino Rabbit and like other decks that are able to swing for massive OTKs. But these 2 Thunder King and the BLS are really amazing against Sams. They're great against Ninjas. I found that out this Saturday when I went up against Ninjas Game 1. Siding these 3 cards in Game 2 and 3 actually helped me win the matchup, which was really amazing because like he completely shut me down first game with Dark Simorg. 1 spell, Smashing Ground, goes in match. Debunk, 2 Dust Tornado, and 2 Chain Disappearance. See if I can move this stuff up. Yeah. The goes in match isn't really necessary. It's going to become a debunk as soon as I'm able to get another one. The 2 Dust Tornado, I like them better than Decree because I don't have to mess with my own spell and trap lineup to side them in, which is great. And 2 Chain Disappearance, this actually helped me win my matchup against Inzektors. Game 2, my opponent top decked the late game Dragonfly. and he would have been able to get game if I hadn't had this set. So it was amazing there. And it's also really good against Sam's too. So, I think that's all I wanted to go over, guys. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile and tournament report. I ended up going first matchup 2-1 against Ninja, second match 2-0 against Counter Fairies, third match 1-2 against Chaos Dragons, which was my only loss, and then the last match was 2-1 against Inzektors. It wasn't an official Konami sanctioned event, so there wasn't like a top cut. It just ended up being that like I had the best record after those 3 rounds, so I ended up winning. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, comment, rate, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.